folks, Fat Guy Flies RC out here at the Avon Park Aero Modelers Club. We're going to take up the FREEWING Vulcan and 70mm. Had a little bit of fun with it, running a Sokokin 4S, basically right there in the battery bay. And I've got a Lemon RX Gen 2 with stabilizer. And I've got the stabilizer on the knob. That's your 8th channel. And that way I can dial the gains back down. If I notice any oscillation, I'll dial the gains in. All right, right, left, up, down, right, left.
Takeoff flaps, landing flaps, flaps up.
All right, and my rates that I'm flying in are 100% throws over 20% expo. All right, let's go up and have a little bit of fun with her. Camera baby says stand on this side of her, so that's what I'm going to do. Oh, and something else this plane has.
Braking.
I just think that's so cool. Now, if I could just remember to use it when I go to land. All right. Taking off the Vulcan. Don't really need takeoff flaps right now. I'm going to take her straight up. See, vertical 4 days. And that's where she falls out of it right there.
Gear up.
All right, I'll tell you, the Vulcan is just a locked-in, solid flying plane. That's about half throttle right there, folks. Half throttle. Like I said, it's 100% throws, 20% expo. You seeing her okay? But even though she's yellow, when you get her out in the distance like that,
Gear down.
even that yellow plane goes black on you. All right, let's do a nice slow flyby.
Landing flaps.
I'm going to slow her down, make sure the gear come by dirty. Making sure my gear is down, making sure everything's ready to go. Okay, I'm good for landing. Let's get her turned around here. A little bit of rudder fighting on that breeze. All right. I'm awfully high. All right, start turning back. All right, killing my throttle, killing my throttle. Bringing her right at me, starting to turn.
Time remaining 2 minutes. Braking.
And I remember the brakes that time. All right.
Brakes off. Flaps up.
Let's get her turned around. Let's see if we can't do that again. Let's talk about cross breeze. This, honey, would you show them the flags? It's almost kind of like at an angle. So it's not a true cross breeze, but enough to make it quite annoying. Let's get back on our center line here and use up every bit of that runway if I can. I mean, you got the runway to yourself, why not use it?
Brakes off.
All right, on that center line, don't need flaps, not with this wind. Gear going up. Yeah. All right, let's bring her by. We're gonna go in the wind. We're gonna bring her right by us. Beautiful turn, beautiful turn. Come in low, and I'm gonna hit the gas right now. Hear that howl. All right, let's turn around.
Time remaining 1 minute.
All right, I'm gonna bring her right at us. Full speed with the wind. And then up. All right. Let her fall out of that. Bring my gear down.
Landing.
Flaps down. And let's go by and show you how nice and slow and purty this plane can be coming by. Folks, never take your hand off that throttle. That throttle is your #1 control. People think it's your elevator. No, throttle is your #1 control. Nothing's going to dictate a crash quicker than your throttle. Now look how slow and stable that plane can be. All right, I got her configured for landing now.
10, 9,
yeah, you land with your throttle.
6, 5.
People think it's your elevator.
3.
No,
2.
it's your throttle.
Time expired.
Time's expired. British lady says fun is over.
Gear up. Braking.
I did the same thing I did the other day. I've got to learn. This is gear, this is brakes. Oh. But luckily she belly landed, so shouldn't have any damage. These marks are from when I did that the last time and went to put the brakes on. Instead I dropped the gear and belly landed right. But she's fine. She's fine. No problem though. Yeah. Now the brakes are working. They worked fine. I just hit the wrong switch. That's the second time I've done that. But that is the FREEWING Vulcan, and 70 millimeter, but she flies almost like you think she's an 80, is 80 millimeter as fast as she flies. They've got a wonderful place for receiver placement right there on that tray. That's the Lemon RX Gen 2 with a stabilizer. Does not have self-level, but it has a stabilizer, and that works as AS3X. And if you have a receiver or a transmitter with at least 8 channels, it kind of has a shadow channel, and you can take that 8th channel and put it on the roller here or your knob, and you can dial your gains back and forth. And this same kind of receiver and spectrum would be way over $100. You can get this at Motion RC for $33. And the range and the locked-in feel is just as good as any Spectrum receiver. I'll put this receiver up against any Spectrum receiver any day, and it has a bind button too. You don't have to do the bind plug. Let's see how much. Now it ain't got telemetry and all that, but you can get an aftermarket wire and add it. But I don't need all that. I try to keep this stuff as simple as possible. Now we went 7 seconds over on a 3.5 minute timer on that Sokokin 4S, and she's pretty much in the very middle. The strap is in the very middle, and let me see how much life we've got left. 55%. Could have. I had timer set for 3.5 minutes. Could have set it for 4.5 minutes. Came back at probably 25%. And look what happened when I took the battery out. What did that plane do? It immediately rocked back. Well, they know that with these jets, and they've taken the time and they've put a plastic piece right there, because when you got this at the house and you set it down, it rides on that plastic and not on the bare foam. The other thing you can do is you can take the nose off, stand it in a corner, and no damage to the plane at all. And then take your cone and set it on like that. That's how I store it. So there you go, folks. That is the FREEWING Vulcan 70 millimeter. Now the decals on the side that say 70 millimeter Sport Jet, Motion RC, that doesn't come on it. That comes as a decal sheet. You can add that to yourself. Add that for yourself. But everything else, the other decals are already applied. There you go. I mean, she's a great flying sport jet. Put yourself a gyroed receiver in her like this one, like this Gen 2, and have maybe a buddy box, and she could be your first EDF. A little fast for a first EDF, but she could be. Lot of simulator time, a lot of practice. Yeah, you could do it. Y'all have a good one. Don't forget to like and subscribe. God bless y'all, and don't forget, faith, family, and friends, and them Vulcans.